Hey, Silver Tubers. It's Mr. Zeke coming to you from the Silver Pouring Bench. It is Friday evening. I'm going to raise this camera up a little bit. And I have the cast iron mold right here. Sprayed it down with Pam. And I've got 12 ounces of bouillon. And I'm going to do a cast iron pour for one of my subscribers, one of my viewers. I'm going to fire up the furnace, and we're going to pour into this cast iron mold and see if we can't make ourselves a nice 12-ounce cast iron pour. The Pam's resting in the bottom, but I'm going to heat this mold up because it need to get it kind of warm. And we're going to see if we can't get ourselves a decent cast iron pour. So hang tight, and I will be back when the silver is liquid. Alright, Silver Tubers, I think everything is ready. So the mold should be good and warm. Shouldn't get any shock or anything. I've got a little bit of a flame above it to absorb some of the oxygen, so hopefully that keeps it somewhat clean. And I'm going to go ahead and pour into this cast iron mold with this 12 ounces is actually 13 ounces of silver. I threw an extra ounce in there, so maybe I'll stop a little. Went ahead and poured the whole 13 ounces, and we're getting some really nice movement in the mold. A little bit of schmutz right in the middle. This is going to come out to be a nice bar, nice loaf, nice cast iron loaf. So let me turn the furnace back down because we emptied it. And then we'll turn the torch off. I apologize. I know I've been a little bit absent on YouTube lately. I've just had a lot going on, in the real world, and so I just want to say I'm trying to play catch up this weekend on videos that I might have missed. I'm sure there's a lot of them out there. And in the meantime, there's that pour. And so let's see if it'll drop out of this mold. The molds themselves are heavy. There it is. There it is. Clean cast iron pour. Keep that mold from falling on the floor, and I'm going to grab this with pliers. I love the little bubbles in the back from the cast iron. You can see right where it made contact. I'm going to dip it in the cool quenching pool. These cast iron pourers, they take a bit to cool off. Even after you think they're quenched, just like a normal graphite pour, for whatever reason, these cast iron pourers, they retain some heat. So we got ourselves, there we have it. We got some schmutz that'll tumble off, but we definitely got some movement. Nice texture on the sides, radical texture on the bottom. Very nice, very nice. So off to the tumbler it goes, and we'll be back after it gets tumbled up. So hang tight. And after let's see, about 8 hours in the tumbler and a little time at the stamping bench, we got our final results for the cast iron poured bar. It's 13 ounces. It's actually 13.034 ounces Troy, I think, is what it came out to. And it has some very interesting surface features that I haven't produced before. I haven't seen before. It's got all of the typical cooling lines. Let's see if I can get the light just right. It's got all of the typical cooling lines in it, but then it has these raised portions that created a very interesting texture to the top of the bar. And then the sides are typical cast iron with a few hollow spaces where there must have been air trapped. And then in the bottom, here's the character of the bottom. And so it's a little smoother in places where I drove the stamp in good and hard because I wanted to get a good deep impression on it. But all in all, it's got it has a lot of character to it. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope the new owner is as happy as I am with it, because I would gladly keep this in my stack. And even in the top corner where you can see it cooled at the edge. At the very edge it cooled, and then it moved towards it again, but it was already cooled, so right at that point, right there, you can see there's a lip. And then it rolls down. So, very interesting. Very interesting. And I thought while I had you guys here, I would show you some recent acquisitions. I watched excuse me, I watched Silver Saber's video on these, and I even made a comment that I was going to have to go to the shop and nag, and I did, and I was able to get a few different variants of these. These are the Ike dollars, the 40% Ike dollars, and you know, the more I looked at them, the more I really fell in love with the design, the eagle on the moon. You know, you have the surface of the moon here, and then, you know, the earth off in the distance. It's such a gorgeous design, and it caught me off guard. I'd seen him and never looked at him, and I took the time to actually really study the detail on the coin, and even the portrait of Eisenhower, you know, is such a fantastic portrait. I was really thrilled with it. So I picked up just an average circulated one. Back out here. Average circulated one. I picked up not a proof, but the 3-piece mint set. The quarter, half dollar, and dollar. The centennial set, I guess, is what this one is called, because they're all the centennial ones. And then I picked up the centennial proof set, which came in a box that looks like this, and then it's got the 3 that are just bling bling, but they have different reverses than the circulation, especially the Ike. And I like this one. It's nice. Excuse me, but I really like the eagle on the moon. I think that's such a cool design. So I wish they would have done the proof with the eagle on the moon, but they did the Liberty Bell, that's okay. I don't, you know, I'm not knocking this design. House of Passing Stowe, yes. I'm not knocking the design. It's a gorgeous design, but I prefer the eagle. So I picked that up, and I picked those up rather. And then I picked up, yesterday I got my little Christmas bonus from the boss. 10 ounce maple, 2017. It's gonna go with my other giant coins. And this vintage bar that I thought we had sold. I thought it was long gone. I'd seen it and I'd asked about it and it just kind of disappeared. It's a vintage bocce 5 ounce hand poured bar. And so those two ended up on my desk with a very Merry Christmas. And so, and some other, I picked up some other things, another Noah's Ark, a couple Johnson Matthey bars, so to add to the stack. So I just wanted to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I know I'm not doing near the videos, the quantity of videos that I have been doing in the past, but I'm still here, I'm still kicking, and I appreciate everybody watching this extremely long video. I just wanted to finish up and show the results of that bar, and I wish everybody cheers. Mr. Zeke coming to you from the Silver Pouring Bench.